With these warnings of another extreme weather event happening, perhaps even a tsunami, are you treating this at the moment as a sort of ongoing disaster situation? Are you bracing yourselves for the worst?
It does seem to be such a moving pattern. I don't know if you can see it, but it's just started raining here. It was raining very heavily for the last couple of days. And in fact, to get to where I am now, we had to go through some flooded water, some roads that were blocked. And on the way, we stopped at a shelter where people were staying who were not only affected by the tsunami, but also their homes are flooded. And they say that the combination of very high tides and the rain and maybe debris from the tsunami are preventing the water from going down, from the floods from receding.
Is that making your job more difficult, trying to deal with the disaster that you've already got on your hands from last weekend?
It's definitely more challenging logistically when there are blockages in the road, and there are a lot of people trying to move around quite a narrow coastal road for sure. But our focus is actually in the hills, primarily where about 16,000 people have taken refuge from the coast. They're staying with friends and family and also in mosques and schools. And the Red Cross is delivering water to them, but also tarpaulins, blankets, emergency supplies like that, and medical care.
For those people who don't have friends and family in the hills, what sort of situation do they find themselves in at the moment?
It's quite grim to actually be living under canvas at the moment, because it is quite cool and very rainy. So it's a very miserable life at the moment. The real hope is that the very high tides will go down and people can start moving home and start rebuilding.
In the meantime, as they're waiting, I guess, for shelter, for sort of more sturdy shelter, what do those survivors need more than anything else now?
One of the major things is the psychological reassurance that their environment's safe. People are quite jittery, and we saw from your clip earlier that the slightest rumour can send them running again. It will take a long time before people feel secure, and actually this is an environment where a lot of things happen. There are people who call Indonesia a supermarket of disasters. You can find everything and things happen all the time, and you can never be 100% sure. So one of the things people can do, and the things the Red Cross is doing, is helping people prepare. In this community where I am right now, 2 months ago, there was a big tsunami awareness a training with the community to help them understand what are the warning signs and what should you do. Those are some of the things that we can do to prepare.